Hey guys, my friends, cigar lovers, how are you doing? As always, I hope you are doing very well. Look, today, Sara. She is Sara from Cuba, from Havana. She works at the cigar factory H. Upman in Cuba. And she's been working for 17 years in the factory. So she is a professional, she knows everything about tobacco, and we're going to check how she makes a cigar. The Ligero, okay? These ones go here. This is the Seco, and this is the Volado.
Okay.
So, the tobacco leaves, ¿me pasas una de Ligero, por favor? You wanted to touch, right?
Yes, please.
Okay. That one is Ligero, okay?
Ligero, okay. The
Look
darkest one.
Look at the color, feel the texture, smell it, okay?
Nice.
This one comes from the top of the plant.
Okay.
So it gets all the sunlight and it get all the nutrients because that's the last part of the tobacco plant that is harvested. Okay? So little by little they are cutting 2 leaves per day, every other day, every 2-3 days. So the plant is still alive, less competition for the nutrients. So these ones, they are the one at the top. At the end of the harvesting, they are just by themselves on the top, getting all the sunlight and getting all the nutrients. So it gives you more power. It gives you more flavor. So if you smoke this cigar, this little cigar, just by itself, because this one is made out of this tobacco leaf, this is going to be super strong.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So next is the Seco.
Okay.
¿Me pasas uno de Seco?
Okay.
Okay. If you compare this to that, the texture is different, the aroma is different. This one comes from a different part, is la del medio.
Okay.
Okay, that's from the middle. So as I was saying, they start from the bottom. Okay.
Right.
So this one is going to be giving lots of flavor and lots of aroma. Okay, it's going to smell fantastic, it's going to taste beautiful.
Okay.
The other one is going to give you strength. So if you smoke this one, it's going to taste very good.
Okay.
But it's not going to be strong at all.
So this
it's
is
going
like
to
a
be
Cabernet. This is a Zinfandel.
something
Okay,
like that,
okay.
per se. Okay. And then the Volado,
This is the one I'm excited
this
about.
one,
Mild.
super mild, is very thin.
Very
So-
beautiful.
This one is from the bottom.
Okay.
So this is the first they harvest. But like this is covered, so the sunlight doesn't come all the way down. So the tobacco leaf has to spin by itself to gain more sunlight.
Isn't
So-
that amazing?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
And
So it
this
gets
one is,
wider.
it's wider, but it's thinner.
Uh-huh.
So if we don't use, what is the function of this tobacco leaf? Combustion. So that one is thick, the other one is medium, and this one is very light. So if you make a cigar only with the Ligero, the combustion is going to be very difficult. If you make a cigar with this one, the combustion is going to be super
So this
fast.
is like the kindling. It's
Exactly.
like building a fire with no kindling.
Exactly. So what you do is combine. You could smoke one by one and you will notice the difference between the 3 little cigars because they are made from 3 different tobacco leaves, okay? So these 3 together, this is the combination. That's what we call the liga. So that's the blend, all right?
Wow.
And what she does is, and this is the magic of the cigar roller, the magic is how much of this with how much of this and how much of this I am going to mix to put together, and then keep it together with another tobacco leaf, which we call, in English we call it the binder. In Spanish we call it la banda in Mexico, y ustedes lo llaman, ustedes no lo llaman banda, lo llaman
El capote.
el capote. Sorry, I forgot the word. So, el capote, they call it el capote. In Mexico, we call it la banda. And this tobacco leaf, ¿me enseñas una banda?
Capote.
Perdón, sí, un capote. Un capote. This is Cuban.
Okay, so what's this?
Okay, this one is also from the bottom of the plant, but this is more veiny. This is, so they pick a special kind of tobacco leaf from the bottom to make the, to keep all together.
So I was
Go ahead,
asking
go
about
ahead.
this.
Yeah.
So this, you said that these were both from the bottom of the
From
plant.
the bottom of the plant.
But what's
Yeah.
the difference between this leaf and this leaf?
Okay, they come from the bottom, both, okay? But this one gets a thinner vein and this one gets a thicker vein. All right?
Ah, okay.
So this one is going to be used to hold the blend, and this is going to be part of the blend. So like this one contains a thicker vein. This one is providing more flavor and more structure
I see.
to
Okay.
the cigar. Now that we have the understanding of the difference between the tobacco leaves, what Sara is going to do right now is a blend.
Okay.
So this is like if she was working in the factory, she's blending the right amount of tobacco from the 3 tobacco leaves
Okay.
and make a blend. So it's her, let's say, her personal recipe.
Okay. Yes.
So it's interesting because when you buy, for example, you buy a Cohiba Bajica,
Mm-hmm.
they all taste very good, but they're slightly different each cigar.
Yes.
La diferencia es de que como se utiliza el volado, el vehículo que lleva es una hoja que es la que está superior en la planta arriba, que le da más sol, que se llama
Medio tiempo.
medio tiempo. Y
Yeah.
eso no lo hay.
Okay, what she's
Porque es
saying.
una hoja más pequeña, con más fortaleza.
What she's saying is the vehicle
Yeah.
has a different flavor. Why? Because there is just a special kind of tobacco leaf. This is 1, 2, 3. For vehicle they use 4.
Okay.
Seco, Ligero, Volado, and there is another one called Medio Tiempo. Okay.
Medio tiempo, that's the very
Medio Tiempo is the one at the very, very top.
La crema, la crema.
La creme de la creme.
La crema
Okay?
de la crema.
And then that's why the vehicle is so hard to find and it's very expensive. But also something that Sara is going to tell me if I am wrong, that sometimes even the same brand, even the same kind of cigar, it might taste a little different from one year to the other. Why? Because this is just like the wine, you know?
Yeah.
The tobacco from one year could be different from the tobacco from a different year. It's the same recipe, but it's a different harvest. And like we don't have a mold and we don't have the press. What she's doing now, she's giving compression to the cigar by using a paper sheet. Okay? So this one is going to be like a 55 ring gauge. The ring gauge is the diameter. And that cigar has to stay there for como ¿cuánto tiempo lo vamos a dejar ahí reposando?
Media hora, una hora.
Media
más o
hora,
menos, sí.
tal vez hasta una hora porque
Sí.
como no es prensa y,
Sí.
y no es molde.
Por lo menos para que coja la figura más o menos.
Uh-huh. So this is something alternative, okay? Because we don't have the molds to give the right shape and the right diameter.
Right.
But we don't have the press.
Right.
This is a press, could be mechanic, could be hydraulic, to compress the tobacco. But we are in Mexico, so we gotta get adapted. Once the tobacco leaves, they are harvested, they dry out in a house. It's a,
Like an
a
attic.
big construction. It's very rustic, very simple. Okay? So they dry out after a while. they spray some water to the tobacco leaves, and they pile them and pack them, and they gotta be checking temperature and humidity all the time.
So they
every
don't
day.
mold,
Exactly.
so that they don't, yeah, okay.
Exactly. And what it makes, it releases all the bad stuff from the tobacco, and it keeps the natural sugar, the natural sweetness, and then if you ferment the tobacco one time, it's going to taste kind of rough. If you ferment it 2 times, it's going to be sweeter and nicer. If you ferment it 3 times, it's a premium cigar.
3rd time's the charm.
Yeah, so Cohiba and Trinidad, they use tobacco fermented 3 times. For the rest of the brands, they use tobacco fermented 2 times.
Interesting, you'd think they'd up it.
And sometimes people wonder why Cohiba is that expensive. It's more expensive than most of the cigars. It's because it takes longer. They age it longer than the other brands.
Okay.
They fermented more than the other brands, and it's more exclusive as well.
Yeah. Very similar to wine, just different, but very similar to the wine story, right?
Yes, there is a big relation between the process for the wine and the process for the cigars. Bueno, pues esto es lo que yo voy a fumar ahora. ¿Eh? I'm gonna smoke this beautiful cigar. It's about a 55 grain gauge. Cuban tobacco, freshly made. I'm gonna let you know what it tastes like. I am a happy camper. Estoy contento. Sara, gracias. Me lo voy a fumar ahora mismo.